organized. Hi, I'm Ashley and I love the 49ers.
And I'm Nicole and I love the Chargers.
And we are touchdowns
and tight ends.
And we are not experts.
But we're passionate and it's fun right now.
Actually, right now it's like a full-time job that it's like impossible for me to do while working my full-time job.
Yeah. I don't even have a full-time job right now and I can barely do as much as I want to do also. So, you know.
I was literally like, I should start like a notes page in my phone, and every day something happens, just like make a bullet point. So that way I'm not trying to re-go through everything that happened for 2 weeks.
Well, before we get into any of that, what are you drinking tonight?
Agua.
Oh, wow. Look at you in the San Francisco all over it.
Yeah. One of my DMs got me this for Christmas.
Oh, that's cute. Well, I've got the sparkling.
Oh, well, cheers. It's hard. Brixton has football practice right now on Tuesdays. So I go and drop her off and then I rush back home to do this. And then I have to rush back to the field to pick her up.
I know. Single mom stuff, man.
One day I'll have wine again. I mean, I guess I probably could have one glass and still go pick her up, but
I don't know. I feel like it's not the same. It's like if you have a glass of wine, you're just going to be in, enjoy yourself, relax, and like having to go and run and do all the kid stuff and the errands.
Totally. Like, I'm trying to pound a glass of wine just to go get in the car. And then practice is over at 7:30. So I have to come home and make dinner. So it's like these rushed nights. Tuesdays and Thursdays are fun.
I get, when it gets pretty juicy, which it's starting to, it's getting pretty interesting. So there might be a day where you're like, you know what? This calls for a glass of wine.
Well, her football seasons are only like 4 weeks long. And the first game's this Sunday. So I'm like, all right, it's 4 weeks. And then after that, we get a break between this season and the next season. So I'm like, I could go 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is really only like 2 recordings for us, actually, if you think about it, because we're doing every other week right now.
Which is funny that we're doing every other week right now when we could literally be doing every other day right now.
Okay, so I thought about that too. And I was like, man, I know we said we should go to every other week for the off season because we never know what to talk about. But the amount of moves that are happening every day right now, I'm like, oh my God. First of all, we're going to talk about things that happened 2 weeks ago.
I know.
And everyone's like, I know it already happened. It's not breaking news.
I think we can go live now on TikTok, right? So we could probably do some lives, but I think that maybe we just keep it for every other week. And then when things happen and we decide, hey, you know what, we got to go live this week, we can just schedule that.
That's good. Yeah, we can go live on TikTok. Tell me why I'm nervous too. I'm more nervous to go live on TikTok than what we do right here every other week.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
Like, you don't spend time on TikTok. I manage that mostly. And I tell you, I have this fear of like when I'm just doom scrolling on TikTok, and when you're scrolling, you can like people's lives show up. And one time I was scrolling and I didn't realize I was in someone's live, and I like stopped, like do something, and I heard them call my name because like I popped up that I joined their live, and I was like, oh my God.
You're like, I didn't mean to do that. Just kidding.
I'm like, I don't want to be a part of your live. I'm sorry. So, we can see him. So I figured we'd just kind of talk. The last time we went live was right after the Super Bowl. It's been a couple weeks. But
yeah,
we could
went live 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, talk about what's happened.
I think Debo had just left.
Yeah, we are. So I'm not even talking about Debo because
that was gone.
About Debo.
Yeah.
I tried to go through and make a list of all the things that have happened, and
well, let me talk. I'll talk about what I'm excited about right now. I mean, there's so many moves, and last time we came on live, we were talking about rumors, and what I posted about today was like how you were talking about like how do we figure this out? Like how is this determined? All these things, and I was thinking more about it, and I wish we could find a way. So if anyone knows, I feel like some people get information so much quicker, and I'm like, how do you figure that out? But anyway, one of the things that just happened that I'm super excited about was we got Mike Williams back.
That's exciting.
So happy about that. I know last year was rough for him. Him and Aaron Rodgers did not get along at all. So he was traded.
I like no one gets along with Aaron Rodgers, and maybe he should just retire.
Except Devontae Adams. But Devontae Adams is another one going back with Jimmy G. And I think that's kind of interesting to see.
Could you imagine if Matthew Stafford gets injured this season and Jimmy G is now the quarterback?
I mean, they're homies, man. He went to the Raiders because of Jimmy G.
No, he didn't.
I thought he did.
He went to the Raiders because of Derek Carr. They went to Fresno State.
Right. It was Derek Carr. That's right.
Yeah. He hated Jimmy G. He left the Raiders because of Jimmy G. Because Jimmy G was throwing all those interceptions, like not doing a great job, and he was so frustrated with Jimmy's performance that he asked for a trade. So that's why, like, putting them back together is like,
yeah,
that
was weird. Well, we'll see what happens there. But anyway, so Mike Williams came back, and there was an interview where he was being asked about Keenan Allen. And Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are really good friends. They just posted a video actually where they were all out together. So they were asking if he has been trying to recruit him and talk to him. And, the players, they can't say anything, but he was kind of like, well, it'd be cool. Like, I'm not saying no, but it would be really cool if he did. And then I saw today that Keenan is in talks with the Chargers. So
is he a free agent?
Uh-huh. Oh. But I always assumed, I mean, Keenan's almost done, right? He's not going to play much longer. I always assumed he'd come back and at least retire as a Charger. Yeah. So I feel like this might be his year to come back and then just retire. Or if he has a stellar year and, he wants to play again, but I could definitely see him coming back.
That'd be exciting. Be like watching the old Chargers all over again.
I know, because as of right now, we don't have any San Diego players. Bosa was the last one.
Did you know that he went to the Bills, right?
Yeah.
I think it was like the Bills offered him like $2 or $2.5 million more than the 49ers did.
And he took it?
Yes, because he said he wanted to not necessarily get paid more, he wanted to win a ring.
Yeah, he said it's nice to finally be on a team full of winners or something like that. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Something's in my eyeball, dude. Of course, right now over live.
Don't mind Ashley. Well, I thought to have him play with his brother would have been so cool.
It would have been. However, I'm like, do they typically both play the same side of the field? Because if that's the case, like, we're not looking to replace Nick Bosa. We're looking to add someone on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, what up, Dean?
Hi, Dean.
It has been a minute. We miss you too. Gosh, I don't even remember the last time we had you on.
I know. Thanks for reposting us today.
Yeah, and thanks for joining.
Don't mind me.
What's up, Nick?
Hello, Nick. Sorry, I seriously, something's in my eyeball right now. This is going to make for some really cute screen grabs.
Oh, you guys, every time we finish the show, it gets the most beautiful pictures of Ashley and I every single week.
Oh my God.
I should just start posting those every week. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm just going to post it.
I should stop being so animated.
Well, every time we're like a million hand things going on, and
I'm just going to sit like this and not move my hands.
So what do you think about? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So what else is going on with the Chargers?
So for the Chargers, those are the big things for me right now. One of the other guys that we thought was a possibility was DK, but he signed with the Steelers, which is fine. I'm not too, I don't know. He was really good. I didn't see much from him the last couple of years, but every time these guys change teams, you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, and the Seahawks also went through like a coaching change. Like there's so many factors that go into it. I mean, speaking of the Steelers, it looks like they're trying to build a team, but they don't have a quarterback.
I know.
And I'm like, who's on the market? Aaron Rodgers?
Wilson, but I don't think they're going to re-sign Wilson.
Well, for some reason, I thought they let him go already.
I don't know if he was released yet.
No, I think he was. I could be wrong. Again, we're not experts, guys. Don't quote us. But I thought right now they said that the Steelers don't have a QB on roster.
Yeah.
But I don't know who's left. Like, even like the okay quarterbacks are getting signed as backups right now.
I was actually just looking at this, and there are quite a few that are still left, but it's like, I mean, I don't know how to stop it from my phone or from my computer. It's my godfather. Anyway, we still have, so Aaron Rodgers, Wilson, Winston, Flacco, Locke.
I thought Zach Wilson. Oh no, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston.
Yeah. So out of all of those, like, who do you want as your starter?
I know Carson Wentz, like Drew Lock, Joe Flacco. None of them.
Unless they draft a quarterback. But I don't even know what their first pick is.
I don't either. But I mean, they're trying.
Yeah. I mean, we all watched me crash out about all the Niners moves like a week ago.
I know. And then you and I were talking offline about Jordan Mason and how we thought he was going to stay. And then he also left.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, hold on. Let me restart this. Happy new league year. It is officially the 2025 season for the NFL.
Sure is.
It sure is. Which meant all those trades and all those things to start happening. And so I tried to figure out everything that happened. And I'm like, all right, so Jordan Mason went to the Vikings. So who are our running backs right now? I'm like, well, we have CMC. And if CMC is healthy and can do in 25 what he did in 23, I think that was the year, we'll be in like a good spot, you know? But I'm like, Elijah Mitchell's not with us anymore. I don't really know who else our running backs are. We need some running backs.
You need some running backs, but I mean, some good things that happened. So you guys got Juice back.
Yeah, and now, so I'll get into that. So yeah, so we released Juice, re-signed Juice after he went to go look at the Steelers, and got him, I think, for $1 million or $2 million less than what the Steelers were offering him. And to be honest, I'm like, because he's been playing for a really long time, I'm sure he'd like to retire a 49er, sort of like Keenan Allen with the Chargers, right?
Right.
So that's where my head went. We also released our long snapper. I didn't even know we had a problem with Tabor Pepper. I thought he was pretty good. I was like, all right. But then we signed John Weeks. And I don't know who that is, but I know he's been in the league for a long time just by how old he looks when I saw a picture of him.
Hey.
We released Leonard Floyd, obviously Charvarius Ward, Aaron Banks, and then Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw both went to the Broncos, which are in your division. And when those two are healthy, they're really good.
I know. I'm a little worried about our division again. And the Broncos were pretty good last year too.
I know. And again, so a lot of the team we released obviously had to do with money and injuries, money, injury, and age. I understand what we're doing, but I'm like, man, if Greenlaw and Hufanga are healthy, I'm sorry.
Your turn.
Zeus. Kids are playing outside.
All right, we have some comments here. Nick told you to wear an eye patch, come to the dark side, and be a Raiders fan. Okay. Dean says they need to bring back Russ for the Steelers. I mean, I don't think he did a bad job. I agree with you. With what's out there today, that's probably their best bet.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yep.
And then Dean says Nicole has a baby coming along.
Well.
We haven't talked about that on the show yet. But so yeah, for those of you that don't know, I am expecting a little future Charger fan in June. So got a little boy on the way. But everything's going well. It's funny because right before you wrote that, I felt some kicking. So he's excited about the.
Let him know. I'm here.
Excited about the show too. So, thanks for asking, though. I appreciate that. But everything's going really well.
Yeah. So did you see that we signed Mac Jones as our backup?
Are you talking to Dean?
No, you.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. I'm really confused by that.
Well, here's the interesting thing. So do you remember when we drafted Trey Lance?
Mm-hmm.
It was between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. That was Shanahan and Lynch's.
So they have a thing for Mac Jones.
Yes. And actually, I just found out today that we actually tried to get Mac Jones from the Patriots last year when they released him, and then he went to Jacksonville, I think, or wherever he went. And then we got him. And it's because I knew this when watching the draft that year, that they believed Mac Jones could fit into Shanahan's system. He's a pocket quarterback. He operates a little more in the way, right? He's not as mobile as some of the other quarterbacks. And that has been some of the success with the 49ers. I mean, Jimmy's the pocket quarterback. He wasn't a mobile quarterback. When he wasn't hurt or scared of getting hurt, he did great there when we had a good O-line. So I thought that one was pretty interesting. But
I wonder, Dean, what do you think about that? I mean, Mac Jones, how long did he play for the Patriots?
1 or 2 seasons, I think.
Was it only 1 or 2? I thought it was like 2 or 3, but
that entire quarterback class, they're like all backups now. Well, except for Justin Fields.
Says give Mac weapons and he'll do good.
Yeah, Max said something about if I get another chance to start, like I won't let you guys down or something, like just give me one more shot. And I was like, well, I feel really good about Brock Purdy, but if you feel that confident, then I feel good about our backup as well.
Yeah, he was there 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, the backups are so important. I mean, look at the Chargers. When Justin Herbert's out, we're dead.
Oh,
like can't do anything.
Remember when Jimmy G got hurt and we were on like our 3rd string backup, and I was like, this is a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good to have a good backup. And I wouldn't worry. I know some people were like, well, what's going on with Brock? I don't think that's the issue. It's just having a backup.
All we have to do is pay Brock. That's it. They got to pay him. And there's been some big contracts that have gone through this offseason. And so they're going to have to pay him pretty well. But I think that was part of the moves they're doing. We know we need to secure our quarterback. Without a secure quarterback, who wants to come and play for the 49ers? You don't know what you're going to get. Like, there's no game plan if we don't know who the quarterback is.
Didn't you guys just sign Kittle for 5 years too?
Like, re-signed him? He's been on contract.
I thought he got an extension.
Like, I don't know, maybe
today.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I've been working all day.
But again, half the stuff I see and I don't have the time to research it. I'm like, is this a rumor or is this real? But I think that one would be real. We should check that one out.
I mean, when I look at the core of our team, we still have Brock Purdy, CMC, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, Trent Williams, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and Deommodore Lenoir. So, like, there's still, even though we got rid of, like, I know we released a lot of our team, I'm like, there's still a lot of really good players. However, they're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it'd be really great if you could go win the Super Bowl this year so that you guys can get your ring and then retire.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So Nick asked, what do you think the delay is?
I think they're probably just drafting up numbers and a game plan. I know they're going to pay him. My hope would be that it's not long and drawn out like the Ayuk situation last year, and that negotiations go smooth so we could just sign him and focus on this upcoming season versus focusing on the drama. To be honest, I'm like, I know we're talking about trading Ayuk, and I mean,
at this point, if Ayuk goes,
it sucks to say, and it's not because I don't think he's a good player. I actually think he's a really good player, and him and Purdy have really good chemistry. Mm-hmm. Part of me feels like there's a lack of leadership in him, or like a lack in teamwork and camaraderie. Like, it feels like he's so distant from like the rest of the team. Now, this is all assumption because we're not in the locker room.
Right.
But
that's what it feels. It's felt like that since last year.
Yeah. Like, it just feels like it almost feels like he doesn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, even in my role, right? If someone's working for me and they don't want to be here, I'm like, well, then there's the door. Because if you don't want to be here, we're not going to work well together.
I mean, it's every aspect of life, but it's funny because I was just talking to someone. Oh my gosh, who it was? I don't know. I was just talking to someone about water polo, and we were talking about heart and how much dedication you give. And I was talking about how I was the captain and the first year that we had the all girls team and just what that meant to me and how I just lived, breathed, ate water polo. Right. And I'm not going to say this person's name. I guess I can say her first name. It doesn't matter. But our goalie's name was Amber. Yeah. And we were so close to making it to the finals or even CIF. I can't remember exactly what it was. And she had no heart. She just watched the ball go into the net and it just broke up.
Oh, man, Nicole, I remember that game now that you're bringing it back up. I remember that.
I will never forget that. And I like literally cried. Like I was so upset, like sick to my stomach. It's like we're all busting our ass, working so hard. And so if you have someone like Ayuk or whoever, right, and they're just not giving back to the team, you don't want them anymore. I don't care.
Yeah. Then you look at like a Juszczyk who just took like let me rephrase. He took less money to stay with the team because that's where he wants to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the good news is we have 11 draft picks.
I know. You guys are stacked.
Yeah, and so our draft class last year was really good. I feel good about a bunch of the individuals we drafted last year. So if we can do that again, excuse me, do that again this year. I had a little hiccup burp, dude, at the same time. I don't know what you call that. Was it a burp? Or
that was so funny to me.
It's a hiccup.
Anyway.
But if we can have a great draft again, then I still feel good. I believe Vegas still has the Niners as favorites to win the NFC West, even with all of this happening. That doesn't mean shit. I actually prefer to be the underdog.
Okay.
And I think 4th or 7th for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And we got Saleh back. So like you got to think there's been some coaching changes. Saleh is probably going to rebuild his defense. Like we know we need some work on the D line. We lost 3 starters, but we have also put a lot of time into rebuilding our special teams. And that is what cost us so many damn games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Although we still have Jake Moody.
I'm sorry. The kicks last year all around the NFL were just some of the wildest things I've ever seen. I mean, there was one game, I don't think it was the Niners, but that Moody game with him was really, really bad.
Yeah.
But then there was that, I think it was like the Bills and like another, like the Ravens or something. It was 2 really good teams. And the kicks were just being missed left. I mean, going way far, like on the other side. I'm like, what is going on? Like, it was the weirdest thing.
Hey, for all we know, Moody's been doing some crazy workouts and training this offseason, and they feel really good about the improvement. I think, was last year his first year or second year with the team? I think it was his first. It might have been his second. So some experience under his belt. And like you just said, it's not like there's a bunch of great kickers in the league right now. So everyone's like, trade Moody, drop Moody. Why are we dropping everybody else? And I'm like, because all we know is he's improved a lot in the offseason, or they've put him through some training, right?
Not everyone can have Dicker.
I do like Dicker.
He's great. And he's so sweet. He was so nice to us.
Fantasy team.
Dean says, well, y'all, Pats are so back this season. So
is there a quarterback right now?
I have not looked too much into what's going on. So Dean, enlighten us. Let us know what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, some of the things I paid attention to were obviously Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp to the Seahawks.
Dude, I told you we were going to get you this year or last year. Sorry.
Yeah. So I wonder how Cooper Kupp feels going to the Seahawks. Same division.
He's happy. I mean, that's where he's from. So he's going back. I mean, he keeps talking about how he's going home. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, you've got Sam Darnold now.
Yeah.
And Darnold had a great year with the Vikings last year.
A really good year.
A really good year, which I'm surprised that he's not staying. But, I mean, for whatever reason. So you got him and Cooper Kupp. I don't even know who's left on the Seahawks anymore. They got rid of so many people. They released
Lockett too, right?
They got, yep. He's still out there. I think he's kind of washed up at this point, but
yeah.
Should be.
Let me see what else.
What's up, David?
Hi, David. That's what I just said. We're favorited to take the NFC West. So I got my fingers crossed.
She was just saying that she prefers to be the underdog, though.
I do. I feel like it takes pressure off and it feels better when you're the underdog.
Yeah. Well,
that's how I felt about us when we played water polo too. That's how I felt about myself as an individual swimmer. Mm-hmm. I like people to go, oh, she's not going to be that good. Like she's like kind of small. And then I'd come out there and kick your ass and breaststroke and backstroke. And you'd be like, oh, underestimated her.
Rams are winning the NFC West. Calling it now.
Get out of here, Dean.
All right, let's see if Dean can piss me off too. So who's winning the AFC West?
The Patriots aren't making it to the playoffs.
We love you, Dean. We're just kidding.
Wait, but for real though, who's their quarterback?
The Patriots? I don't know.
Yeah. Who is the Patriots quarterback?
He's gonna answer first.
These are the quarterbacks for the Patriots.
Joshua Dobbs, Drake May.
Joshua Dobbs.
Is it Drake May? Is he the starter? Drake May was a quarterback last year. That's right. Right?
When are you going to give up on the Chiefs? When is this happening? He's a big Chiefs fan.
Yeah. What about Daniel Jones to the Colts?
For some reason, when I almost called him Patrick, Phillip Rivers went to the Colts. I paid attention to them for a second. But I don't ever pay attention. I don't know why. They're just one of those teams.
Daniel Jones wasn't great for the Giants. So it's just interesting. Maybe they believe they'll fit in the system, or he will fit in the system better.
I mean, look at Russell Wilson with the Broncos, right? He was awful. And then he went to the Steelers and he had a better season. I don't know. Some coach, somebody sees something in these players.
Yeah. Well, Justin Fields is now the starter for the Jets.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Speaking of pregnancies, did you know? No, fuck no.
No. That I would be happy about, but no.
CMC and his wife Olivia are pregnant. They're having a baby.
I just saw their little video. It was so cute.
Yeah, I just saw she's like 9 weeks pregnant, and I was like,
yeah, that was really cute. I saw their announcement video or whatever it was.
Yeah, I saw it on my TikTok.
I love it.
Did you also? You probably aren't connected to this because this is 49ers drama. But have you seen anything about like that WAG drama happening on the 49ers?
Oh Lord, no.
So we all know Kristen Juszczyk and Claire Kittle are nugget.
There's the bird that keeps running into the window. 1 second, please.
Nicole's dogs are crazy, just so you guys know. They're little yappy ones. I tell her she should get a big one like mine. He's nice and quiet.
Zeus was just barking, excuse you. He's
he's laying right here all quiet. My cat.
If I let him sit with me, he would be quiet. But the bird just ran into the window. I can't blame the guy.
Okay? That is fair. All right, let's get back to the WAG drama, which I don't know. I don't know about all this right now. But so Claire Kittle, Kristen Juszczyk, right? BFF. We know this. They're like, I don't know if there's like a WAG chain of command for each team. They're probably
at the top.
100%. So, the day that Kyle got cut or released, Sydney Warner posted on her post like pouring a cup of Diet Coke, saying, "And the day just keeps getting better." Celebratory Diet Coke. Right after they released Juice.
Wow.
And then we re-signed him 2 days later.
Ooh, she regrets that.
And I'm like, ooh. First of all, well, I think there's a couple things. Number one, I like all three of them. I think they're all great in their own ways. I don't know any of them personally. But I'm like,
I bet Claire Kittle's the coolest of them all.
Who?
Claire.
Probably. But then part of me is like, is Sydney Warner kind of like a mean girl?
Probably.
Like you never
there's got to be one.
You never see her with the other WAGs. I mean, I know she's focused on raising her baby. She looks like she's a great mom, and her and Fred have a great relationship. But I was like, but also, is it kind of petty to post that? Like, I get being excited, maybe because you guys don't get along or something happened, but to post that?
No,
Like,
that's your team. It's the same thing I was just talking about. Well, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, especially on social media, being the status that you are. Like, that's just so low class and gross.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And then people were saying the drama is because the locker room is like segregated.
Oh, Lord.
And then Isaac Rochelle went on TikTok today and was like, people should study NFL locker rooms. They're the most unsegregated areas you're ever going to walk into, different races, religions. Like, that's completely untrue. Yeah. And I don't know, like, I'm a huge fan of Fred Warner too. Anyways, I was like, oh.
There's a few wives out there that it's kind of like, I don't know.
I feel like if I was a wag, I don't think I would want people to know I was one, so I could just live my life normally.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Like, I wouldn't want to be famous. Like,
if you're dating a current NFL player, there's no way.
I know. That's why date the retired ones, because then nobody cares that you're dating them. If I started dating Antonio Gates, that might get out there though, because he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So if I showed up, they were like, who's that girl?
Anyone has connections to Antonio Gates, let us know.
Antonio, if you're watching, no, I'm just kidding.
Here's my number. Just kidding. So Dean says Pat's top 5 or top 10 defense this year. Coming, Drake May. Oh, that's right.
Drake May.
Literally, is Josh Allen numbered? I have not seen that yet, so I don't really have anything to say on that, but we'll see. I mean, I hope you guys do good. To me, the Pats are kind of America's team, just because, I mean, Tom Brady made it that way.
Right now, the Chiefs.
Well, maybe not this year. They lost.
Maybe right now it's the Eagles.
Well, and Andy Reid is saying all this crap about the Eagles did all this, that, and the other, whatever.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah. Last time Chargers won AFC West was 2009. So it's our time. That's what you're saying. It's our time. That's all you're saying. Yeah. I don't know. The Broncos are looking pretty good. The Raiders are the new Seahawks. We're going to see what happens there. I am excited for the Raiders with Pete Carroll. I am a fan. I liked him for USC, and I did like him on the Seahawks. So I think him and Geno Smith coming back together is pretty cool. I think that's exciting.
Yeah, I think it's also exciting when your division starts to get really good and highly competitive. It sucks because it's not like a shoe-in, right? But it's like so much more fun to watch, and it's so much more entertaining. Like a few years ago when the NFC West was the hardest division in the NFL, that was like some of the best football we've watched, or for me.
Right. Totally. It is. I mean, when you have those divisions that are so tight like that, I mean, we had three of the 4 teams make it to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, the Raiders were the only team that didn't.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's fun. It's anxiety all season long for those of us that are in that division, but it makes it fun. It makes it interesting.
Yeah, I prefer it. We talk about this all the time. Like, I'd rather watch a good football game than a blowout. Unless it's my own team. Like, sometimes I don't mind if I watch a blowout.
I don't think any of us do, but it's like you can't walk away from being that. I'm like, that was really good football.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, but if we lose a really good football game, I'm like, that was a really good game.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
But if we get our ass kicked, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
That was rough. So,
well, I forgot to mention, because I don't know. We signed Najee Harris.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty big signing.
That's a pretty big signing. So that's exciting. I am excited about that. That's probably not the one that I would have picked out of all of the free agents, but I'll take it. I mean, obviously there's a relationship, there's a connection with him and Harbaugh. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
I trust Harbaugh's decision so far. So
I mean, I trust him too. He got us to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I have trust in your coach.
Yeah, he's a great coach. I mean, we got to playoffs. Game was terrible, but we still got there. And last year, the year before that, we were 5-12.
Yeah. I'm excited for football this year. I know there's still going to be a million things that happen between now and the draft. We still have over a month until the draft. So I think it was John Lynch is at Oregon State right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they're out there looking.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun.
I freaking think I'm out of town during the draft.
When is the draft? What weekend?
It's like the 28th or something of April.
I will be here.
I think I'm in Washington. Hold on. When is the NFL draft?
Dean says Niners need to get you new uniforms, and Super Bowl 60 is at Levi. Y'all should go. Maybe charge. Oh, dude, that would be a dream.
No, it would not.
It wouldn't, but it would. Hey,
I understand.
I'm a pretty good sport.
My hope is that we make the Super Bowl this year because we're hosting it the same way you felt like you wanted to. Although SoFi is hosting it again in like 2 years.
I know the Rams already won first, though. Can't take that back.
Yeah, so I would love for us to go to the Super Bowl and win it this year because we're hosting it and they're putting $200 million into the stadium right now. It's like not like demolished, but there's all kinds of construction work happening on the stadium right now.
May 24th to 27th.
Yeah, dude.
Me?
Oh no, I'm home. Wait, I am home. I leave for Washington later that week. All right, look at that. I can watch the
April.
Yeah.
Levi is literally designed to host Super Bowls. Yeah, Levi's a great stadium. We've been quite a few times, and
you went to the Chargers game there. The Chargers game.
We lost. Yeah, that was a good sport.
Yeah, was that a Thursday night game or Sunday night game? I remember it was a prime time
Sunday night because we had the girls.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would love for us to, and here, I'll tell you this. If the 49ers make the Super Bowl this year at home, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm getting my ass to that game. I don't even care how much tickets cost. I'm going to figure it out.
That's how I get it.
But I didn't go when we went to 2 years ago at Allegiant. I mean, I kept looking at tickets, but those tickets were just, I can't lie. I'm not going to spend $6,000 to sit in the 400s.
No.
But
we'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
$3,000. Oh, did you say me? Yeah, I will figure it out. I know me too.
Let's ride.
I want, like, when we said that, let's ride, I was like hearing the song in my head. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like the beat that comes after let's ride. But I can't do it because my brain and my mouth won't like make the sound the right way. But that's what I heard in my head right now.
All right.
When Nicole's not pregnant, she'll drink with me on the podcast again. And then I feel like we're always fun. But sometimes it's fun if we've had some wine.
Lately, I look at myself when I don't know, I'll just have these like laugh attacks out of nowhere. And I'm like, God, like, I don't need wine. I'm fine.
We don't need wine.
No.
It's still fun though.
It's still fun. Definitely when football comes back for sure too.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to drink when football starts.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. It was nice to have y'all back on. Dean, we definitely missed you. And thanks again for posting today. David, always good to see you. Kenny, Nick, thank you guys for joining. I think it's been a while since we've kind of even told you guys where to find us. But yeah, make sure you follow us on Instagram, touchdowns_and_tight ends. Same with TikTok. So Ashley and I are really trying to focus more on those two platforms. Just getting more postings, probably going to start going live on TikTok if we're not too nervous to do so. So we'll try to figure all that out. And then obviously subscribe our channel. We've got the show that we have up.
Share it, guys. Share it.
Share away. We've got the next show coming up in 2 weeks. So make sure to hit that little bell, get the notification. It's already set up. So you guys will remember to join when we go live next.
And we'll have all kinds of juicy, whatever happens in the next 2 weeks for you guys. Hopefully some juicy stuff happens. What if this is like the freaking lull? Like nothing happens?
No, there's still way too much out there.
Okay.
Chargers versus Rams Super Battle of LA. Well, yes, but
that would be great at SoFi.
It would. It would be great at SoFi. The Rams already took that first win, but hey, if we could play together, that would be such a weird thing to have. The people that work at the stadium would be like, this is like whenever we play each other, it's like they have to do half merch here, half merch there. Like it's just wild trying to get that.
You don't have to do half because technically it's one team's home game.
Yeah. But if it was Super Bowl, well, I guess it would still be. Yeah, it would still be a home game.
Yeah, well.
Right?
No, I got to think about that because a lot of times neither team, that's their home field. So then what's the merchandise? They're not.
It's got to be both.
It's got to be both for the Super Bowl. You're right. Or it's just Super Bowl.
It's all Super Bowl merch.
Merch, yeah.
Yeah, well.
I'll let you guys know when I go to the Super Bowl next year. Look, if anybody would like to sponsor Ashley's trip to the Super Bowl, we could start that now. I should have enough money by January 2026 if we start now.
I don't know why you're stealing all this sponsorship for Ashley. What if the Chargers go?
How about for touchdowns and tight ends?
There we go. There we go.
Because we are a team.
There we go. It's at Levi.
We're going to the Super Bowl no matter who's there because we talk about football.
Yeah, that would be fun. We got close to Allegiant 2 years ago. Not necessarily going in, but at least going and being in the tailgate and all that. But
yeah, I forgot why we didn't go.
I don't know.
Was I going through my divorce? I think I was going through my divorce.
No.
Oh.
I don't remember. There was something, I think Brixton
I was already done with my divorce because we watched that game here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry guys, we digress.
Like if the Chargers host the AFC title and the Rams NFC title same year, how would that work with the field? Exactly. Well, I mean,
they'll use the Cardinals field again.
Probably do that, or because did they do that one the same day? They do. Right?
Well, yes. Wait.
Sometimes it's Saturday, sometimes it's Sunday.
Those last two games are both on Sunday.
That's the same. So they might have to change it to one's a Saturday game, or I don't think it's possible for them to change everything out, have the morning game and the night game, but
getting fans in and out of there would be impossible in time. You know how drunk everybody gets.
Yeah.
So. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks.
Be back in 2 weeks, April Fool's Day, April 1st. But we will be here.
Your birthday month.
My birthday month. Yes, it sure is. So join us. Thank you guys again. Again, share as much as possible. And we hope to see you all in 2 weeks.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a great rest of your week.